What's going on, guys? TechTheNoob here, and I'm creating a tutorial for you guys on how to create a fusion. I get asked this a lot, and I mean a lot. You guys always come up and you're like, hey, I want to know how to create a fusion. Can you wind up doing it? Some of the folks I wind up showing, but you know what? It has just enough audience. I think it'd be fantastic to go ahead and do it. So this is your first one on YouTube. I can't find anybody else who's taught this, so if I'm incorrect, go ahead and comment down in the bottom here and let me know. Shout out to Vert, our artist, who wound up creating this picture of me. It's truly remarkable. I've actually got his Tumblr link and his Patreon there, so if you really enjoy his work, go check him out. He's truly awesome. He does a lot of great work for the project, and we would be limping without him. Truly a remarkable guy. So why don't we go right ahead and jump in on it. Unfortunately, guys, I can't give you the actual Fusion Fall texture. So, like the Fusion Fall fusion texture. So what I went ahead and did is in the description down below, I've went ahead and included a link to this. This is my own personal Fusion Matter that I created just for this tutorial. So if you guys want to grab that, you guys can take that, use that, do whatever you want with it. And what's great is it's not tied to anybody, so it's fantastic. If you guys want a tutorial on how to create that, so that way you can do it yourself and you're not tied to me, I guess I can go ahead and do that. Definitely comment down below and let me know that too. But let's go ahead and get right into it. It's actually pretty straightforward. So to begin with it, we're going to go ahead and grab this layer here, and we're going to go ahead and drag it in to our file. And you can do whatever you want using, the free transform tool, which is Control T, or I believe it's Edit, Free Transform, Transform, Scale. You can actually wind up dragging and dropping that. Whenever you're done, you can hit the checkbox or double click. It doesn't matter. I like using Control T. I'm very much a shortcut person. And what's great is it's somewhat tileable. So this means that you can have multiple patches of Fusion Matter, and you can play around with it however you want. To go ahead and duplicate this, we're going to hold down the Alt key or Option on Mac, drag it over, and let go. And voila. Do that 2 more times, and you can just play around with it. You can also hold down Shift while you're dragging and dropping, and it's going to drag it perfectly linear. After you're done here in the layers panel, we're going to go ahead and merge these guys, and pretty much this will enable us to start messing with blend modes. Blend modes are pretty awesome. They allow you to have some transparency to the images in some cases, but also create some really cool effects. We'll go ahead and do that, and I believe it's going to be hard light. Yep, nailed it. Hard light. That is the layer style you're going to need, the blend mode you're going to need. And from here, you're probably wondering, well, how do I get it away from the hair and the shirt and the, everything else? And that will be done via a mask. Whoops, I apologize. That'll be done via a mask. And a mask is really awesome because if we just took an eraser tool, which would be your initial thought, and we erased a little bit and we're like, whoops, well, now there's no way to get it back unless you can, go and undo it. Which, if you get too far in the process and you realize you mess up too much, you're not going to be able to go back. So a layer mask is pretty awesome in the fact that it allows you to paint in black or white over here, black and white. Black removes it, but then if you paint in white, it brings it right back. It's something awesome, and I use a lot. But then on top of that, what you can do is, let's say you wind up getting the mask the way you want, and this is how we're going to do it, is we're going to paint away the stuff that we don't want. You can actually unclick this little link here and move it around, so that way the Fusion Matter can move wherever you want. But I'm getting ahead. let's jump back and tell you how to do this. So, really the only thing that you need in order to get to that spot is just, as you saw probably just moments ago, if you notice real sharp, is we're going to hit this icon right down here at the bottom. And that's a layer mask. That's, again, amazing to know. It's truly remarkable. So we're going to go ahead and get in here. And I'm going to go ahead and paint away all the hair and the headphones and shirt. And I'm going to do that real quick. It'll be like a couple seconds breakaway, and then I'll be back. Alright, and we are back. I just went ahead and went through and painted out all of the stuff here. Basically, once you get in here, you can fine tune it. I accidentally shifted my stuff. But now you have the base for it. And with fusions, however, sadly, they don't have any facial features aside from a nose. They might have a fusion matter mouth or whatnot, but we're going to go ahead and paint away, in this case, we're going to paint away the mouth and the eyes. And to do that, we're going to go ahead and turn off this layer here by hitting the eyeball. We're going to select this layer, create a new layer, which is this icon right here. I apologize. And we're going to grab something called the clone stamp tool. The clone stamp tool is really remarkable because if you go up here and you turn it to current and below, what you can do then is select with holding down Alt. You can click and it selects a part of it, and you can paint the same image over itself. So it creates kind of a cool effect, and you can do it anywhere in the image at any given time, and it makes filling in gaps a lot nicer. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Having this new layer selected, we're going to go ahead and zoom in here real quick, and we're just going to paint this stuff away. I apologize. And we're just going to paint it away nice and easy, like what we don't want on it. You don't have to be too particular if you're just, learning this, but it's something nice to take your time with if you really want to make it look professional or whatnot. But at any rate, we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to wind up cutting the film just one more time, and we'll be back. Alright, and we are back, and I went ahead and on that same layer, I went and painted in the stuff. As you can see, if I move it around, there it is. So now turning back on the fusion matter, we're now prepped and ready to start drawing in the eyes. The eyes don't have to be too particularly accurate to the original. It's nice if you want to turn on the original layer and use that as a base template, you can. This part's real simple. I know when Devin did my original one, he had left this right here. But I'm not going to do that this time. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick with the curvature of the eyes here and just leave it at that. So as you go around, whatever method of choice you want. This is really dependent on you guys. So the way I'm doing it is by a pen tool, and this is more complex. I should have thought about this. Basically, that's the pen tool you saw me using. Another way of doing that is when you have that, have this layer turned off, is you can go and create a new layer. You can grab the polygon lasso tool or the lasso tool, whatever it may be that you use. If you're using a tablet, maybe the lasso tool is better for you. And you can go in and using just your simple clicks, you can go around and create that. For me, I personally like using the pen tool, and that's what I went ahead and did. So whenever you get to that point, you can pause the video, get to this point, and we'll move forward. So let's go ahead and do that. One last touch up. I apologize. Alright, so now that we got this far, we're going to go ahead and colorize this to being the color that we want. I'm going to go ahead and group this and bring it up above the fusion matter. I've already got it the color of red, but you can color it however you want. I'm just going to stick with red because it's like the original, and that doesn't look right without the curvature of the eyes. It's interesting. Alright, let me adjust this, guys. I apologize. So, alright, we got that, and you can move it however you want. Adjust it. This part does take a bit because you want it to look right according to the fusion. It's a lot harder to make red eyes look good when don't have much going on. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and stylize this. I went ahead and took both of these layers by holding down Shift. I clicked both layers and hit Control G, which is forming a group, as you can see. You can go ahead and click this button to create that group. And from there, with the group selected, we're going to hit what's called the Effects button. And this will allow you to add all these different options. For the first step, we're going to want an inner shadow. And you can adjust the opacity for that inner shadow. You can drag it around. You can also change the angle on which that's displayed. I kind of like this right here. I feel like that's more appropriate. And then when you're done and you get a look that you want, you can come over to Outer Glow, and using the red, you can adjust its opacity, strengthen its opacity, its spread, its size, and you can just have a great heyday with this, just, you know, having fun. You can even play with some blend modes. By default, I think it was on normal for me. Obviously, you want to definitely just blow out the outer glow or whatnot for pictures whenever they're smaller, because otherwise it's not going to look like it's glowing. I'm just going to go ahead and do this, play around for a bit, maybe adjust the opacity of that. And voila, now we have that much. So the final step in this process is creating the darker hair. And this can be done either by the lasso, pen tool, whatever your choice of method is. We'll get into it, I guess, and I'll go ahead and show you. First things first, though, is you want to be painting with a darker color, primarily, or the, you know, if it's red hair that you want, painting with red to overlay it. But go ahead and just paint a blob. Doesn't have to be too particular. And what you can do is then change the blend mode, just like we did with the fusion matter, until you find a good one. I like this. I think this is perfect. And from there, you're going to go ahead and select a layer mask. And we're going to do similarly what we did with the face, is we're just going to take out all the stuff that isn't recommended. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick, and I'll be right back. Alright, and we are back. And so we have the hair now ready. I mean, if we can toggle this on and off to see the before and after if we wanted to. and that's just by holding down shift and clicking the thumbnail. But that's before and after of what I just went ahead and did. Turn it off altogether, and now we need to change the color of the shirt or other parts, you know, depending on what it is you want to change. You can do that, but we're gonna do this by selecting all around the character. In my case, my character is on a transparent background, so I'm going to hold down Control and click my character, and you can select your character either by a lasso tool or pen tool, whatever it is your choice. And once you have that outline, then it's just a matter of coming down here to the bottom right and create a new layer adjustment. I'm going to choose hue and saturation, and from there you can go in and turn the saturation down. Now it looks a little bit wonky because of the fact that we don't want the fusion matter skin, and we don't want the hair to be selected in this case. And for that, I would say that you would have to control click using that control click method. You will control click the layer mask, which will give you that. Go back up and select black, and holding down, in this case, the foreground, Alt, and hitting delete, you can bring that color back. For you guys not knowing how to do that and very confused by that, there's also a paint bucket tool. If you just click and hold under the gradient tool, you can get the paint bucket tool, and you can simply fill in with that color. Doing that same method with the hair, we can get the hair color back. Now, as you've seen, we have a little bit down in the bottom right. That's simple. That's back to the face and hair tutorial, or portion of the tutorial, where you just wind up painting away in black and white. And there you have it. So now we have our neutral gray, neutral colors, I guess, and if you wanted to, you can take that a step further by changing the lightness. This is going to change the background as well. We can also then get rid of the extra stuff here. You know, whatever it may be. It doesn't have to be too difficult. It can be pretty quick. And there you have it. Your own fusion. Now it doesn't look exactly like the thumbnail because I had to practice before this, and I still stumbled through it, so I apologize, guys. But if you liked it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, let me know in the comments down below how I did, what your guys' thoughts were on it, if I should continue doing videos like this or not. And again, go check out Vert, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Take care now.